Hello and welcome to Soaring with the Act Matrix community. I'm so happy you're here. And this is the very first of all the videos that you'll see on the site. And there are literally hundreds of hours of videos and webinars. But this is the beginning one, and it's the most important one. Whenever I start showing somebody this stuff, this Act the Matrix stuff, I always ask permission. And for that matter, I've done it so much now that with many other things in life, I've learned the importance of graciously asking for permission before I get started. So it sounds like this. I say, hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Polk, and I work from the psychological flexibility point of view. Is it okay if I show you that point of view? That's the way it often sounds if I do it. So far, everyone has said yes to that question, and I have literally asked it of thousands of people. But I've heard other people say it other ways, and however you go about asking permission, such as somebody might say, hey, is it okay if I show you this diagram I learned called the Act Matrix? And people will say, yeah. And they, oh, I just learned a new way of looking at things. And it involves this diagram. Can I quickly show you this diagram before we get started today so we can get going? If you're in a business, you say, hey, I learned this really great way of monitoring meetings. It's really cool. Can I show it to you real quick? And it only takes just 90 seconds or so before we get started. All of those ways, and of course you can come up with an infinite number of ways, but the biggie is asking permission to show somebody this point of view. And as you go through soaring with the Act Matrix, you'll find out that it is a point of view. Technically, it's a scientific point of view, but you don't really have to know that right now. But it's a point of view, and you're asking somebody, hey, is it okay if I show you this this cool point of view or this psychological flexibility point of view? I've even had times when somebody will say to me, hey, what do you do for a living? And in case you don't know, I'm a clinical psychologist by profession. And if I just haul off and say, hey, I'm a clinical psychologist, it sometimes doesn't work out so well. People clam up, or the opposite, maybe they want to tell me everything, but usually they clam up. Instead these days, I do a lot of this matrix work, which you may have already found out involves psychological flexibility right here in the middle of the diagram. I'll just use the abbreviated PsychFlex, and so when they ask me, hey, what do you do? I'll say, oh, I'm a psychological flexibility expert. And every time people looked at me and gone, wow, really? What's that? And I said, well, I can show you the psychological flexibility point of view really quick if you'd like. And they say, hey, sure. And I've literally shown this to somebody at a counter. I've shown it to clerks behind the counter when there was not people standing behind me, and sort of, lonely store thing, but and done it and then showed it. But once again, I've asked permission. I'm always asking permission. Is it okay if I show you this point of view? So it's just a really good start to this process. And you'll find out in later videos and later webinars. I'll go into more about the importance of asking permission, but I want to start everybody off with that. So the next video that I have lined up for you is the getting past self-doubt, or maybe it's taking self-doubt with you is a better way of saying that video. So it helps, maybe that'll help you get started with this, and then we'll be into step one. So we'll see you over there. Bye-bye.